Talk with Coach the Claws Out Podcast.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. This is Coach Dub coming to you live from beautiful San Marcos, Texas, with your Claws Out podcast here in year one, week 3, starting in the ACC. Gotta love how that rhymes. Here we go. NC State at Wake Forest. Wake Forest 21, NC State 14. Let's take a look at the stats in that one. The Demon Deacons, 23 first downs, 417 yards total offense. They ran 64 plays, 6.5 yards a play. They rushed the ball 24 times for 65 rushing yards and no rushing touchdowns, while averaging 2.7 yards a carry on the day. They added 352 through the air and 3 passing touchdowns. The Demon Deacons, 5 of 11 on third down conversions for 45%. Now we drop down to Virginia, hosting their FCS opponent, the Cavaliers, 73. The judge and jury, FCS opponent, 7. 33 first downs for Virginia, 735 yards total offense. They ran 59 plays, 12.5 yards a play. They ran the ball 28 times for 364 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 13 yards a carry on the day. They added 371 through the air and 6 passing touchdowns, while going 6 of 7 on third down conversions for 85%. Dropping down, Duke at Army. Duke, the Blue Devils, 17. Army Black Knights, 14. 22 first downs for Duke, 428 yards total offense. They ran 62 plays, 6.9 yards a play. They rushed the ball 28 times for 119 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, while averaging 4.3 yards a carry on the day. The Blue Devils adding 309 through the air with 1 passing touchdown, 6 of 10 on third down conversions for 60%. Now we drop down to Stanford hosting Boston College. Boston College comes in, makes it a close contest, but Stanford prevails. 27 for the Cardinals, 24 for BC. Stanford led this one 14-10 at the half, but Boston College came out and tried to make it a game there in the third, but that's all it was because Stanford, like I said, pulls away with the 3-point win, 27-24 in the fourth quarter. 16 first downs for Stanford, 287 yards total offense. They ran 50 plays, 5.7 yards a play. They rushed the ball 32 times for 110 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 3.4 yards a carry on the day. They added 177 through the air, but no passing touchdowns, while going 5 of 10 on third down conversions for 50%. And they held Boston College to 44% on third down conversions, 4 of 9. Jumping over to the American, Memphis at Troy. Memphis 38, Troy 14. Memphis had 25 first downs, 423 yards total offense, ran 59 plays, 7.2 yards a play. They rushed the ball 24 times for 178 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, while averaging 7.4 yards a carry on the day. They also added 245 to the air and 4 passing touchdowns, while going 6 of 9 on third down conversions for 66%. Dropping down here, Tulane hosting their FCS opponent, the Green Wave, 52, their FCS opponent, 10. Tulane had 27 first downs, 506 yards of total offense, ran 63 plays, 8.0 yards a play. They rushed the ball 24 times for 174 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 7.3 yards a carry on the ground. They added 332 to the air with 4 passing touchdowns. Tulane struggled, though, on third down conversions, 2 of 8 for only 25%. Jumping over now to the Big Ten, Northwestern hosting Oregon. Upset alert, Northwestern 22, the Ducks 21. Let's see how they did it. It was 21-7 at half. Oregon over Northwestern. The Northwestern come out, put up 9 in the third to make it 21-16, and then they added 6 more in the fourth. The defense stood tall. The defense played ball, and they held Oregon to 234 yards of total offense and only 9 first downs on the day. Defense wins championships. Defense wins games. 20 first downs for Northwestern, 332 yards total offense, ran 62 plays, 5.4 yards a play. They rushed the ball 25 times for 33 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown in a dismal 1.3 yards a carry, but it didn't stop them from trying to run the rock. They also added 299 through the air with 2 passing touchdowns and went 5 of 13 on third down conversions for 38%, but they did hold Oregon to 33% on third downs, just 4 of 12. Now we drop on down here. Rutgers hosting their FCS opponent. Rutgers Scarlet Knights 56, their FCS opponent 14. Taking a look at the stats here. 30 first downs for Rutgers, 549 yards total offense, ran 58 plays, 9.5 yards a play. They rushed the ball 26 times for 103 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 4 yards a carry on the day. They added 446 to the air with 6 passing touchdowns, while going 4 of 6 on third down conversions for 66%. Over in the Conference USA, Kennesaw State hosting their FCS opponent. Kennesaw State Owls 49, FCS opponent 10. Kennesaw State had 22 first downs, 460 yards total offense, ran 53 plays, 8.7 yards a play. They rushed the ball 27 times for 126 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 4.7 yards a carry on the day. The Owls added 334 passing yards with 4 passing touchdowns as they went 2 of 7 on third down conversions for only 28%. Struggle there for them as well on third down conversions. Over into the MAC, no games going. Mountain West Conference, San Diego State hosting Air Force. Air Force only managed 12 points in the game. San Diego State, the Aztecs put up 35, though. 35-12, the final there. They held Air Force to only 9 first downs on the day, 218 yards of total offense, negative 10 rushing yards on 28 carries. Great job by the Aztecs. Here we go. 23 first downs for San Diego State, 438 yards total offense, ran 70 plays, 6.3 yards a play. They rushed the ball 39 times for 204 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, while averaging 5.2 yards a carry on the day. The Aztecs added 234 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown, while going 6 of 15 on third down conversions for 40%, while holding Air Force to just 3 of 13 for 23%. Now we jump over, nothing in the Pac-12, into the SEC. Vanderbilt at South Carolina. Vandy 34, South Carolina 31. Mississippi State hosting their FCS opponent. Mississippi State 28, their FCS opponent 17. Let's take a look at the stats in that one. 23 first downs for the Bulldogs, 480 yards total offense. They ran 69 plays, 7 yards a play. 25 carries, 94 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Averaged 3.8 yards a clip on the day, while adding 386 to the air with 2 passing touchdowns. The Bulldogs just 3 of 11 for 27% on third down conversions. Now over into the Sun Belt. We've already covered that game. Here we go. Texas State, number 11 at the time. Arizona State falls at home to the Texas State Bobcats, 38-28. It was a defensive showing from the Bobcats, even though they allowed 372 yards of total offense and 11 carries for 137 rushing yards. 129 of those rushing yards came on 2 carries by the Arizona State running back. Other than that, they shut them down and shut them out, and they held them to just 3 of 7 on third down conversions for 42%. But let's talk about the offensive stats for the Bobcats. 30 first downs, 404 yards of total offense. They ran 61 plays, 6.6 yards a play. They carried the ball 34 times for 185 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, while giving up, averaging 5.4 yards a carry on the day. They added 219 through the air with 3 passing touchdowns, while going 4 of 6 on third down conversions for 66%. This game was 21-14 at the half, folks, and Arizona State tried to make it close in the fourth, but Texas State was just too much. Now we're going to jump out of here, and we're going to jump in and do our players, offensive and defensive players of the week. You're not going to find the defensive players of the week in these at all. I have looked. But we're going to jump on over to the Big Ten. Big Ten. Maybe it wasn't the Big Ten. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm going to have to go through here and look. Here we go. Your offensive player of the week for week 3. Jamari Taylor of Virginia. 7 carries, 112 rushing yards. 2 rushing touchdowns. He averaged 16 yards a carry on the day. He had 5 receptions, 109 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. Great job by him. Your week 3 defensive player of the week is going to be Tulane strong safety Kevin Adams III. 7 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. Jumping over to the Heisman watch just to see what it looks like. Only one user, Diego Pavia, the quarterback of Vanderbilt, making the Heisman Trophy list. Keep at it, boys. Keep working. Keep doing the things you're doing. Everybody needs to work on third downs because those third down percentage numbers need to go up if you're going to keep beating the CPU. And until next time, this is Coach Dub signing off.